Welcome to today's episode of the Yacht Show. I've done got hot and sweaty getting an old hog trap together. Now this is an old food plot of my buddy's, Big E's. You've seen that stump right there. One time we had trapped some hogs down here and we come down here with a gun because we knew there was another hog on the outside of the trap. We stood down there in that back corner right there and I got the old dirty 30 all lined up like that right there. And all of a sudden I told him, I said, there's somebody standing in the field. It was a hog up on his front feet right there on that stump. And I swear to you, it looked like Jeepers Creepers were standing in the old food plot field. Mind will play tricks on you. I'm going to tell you something. When you got a mind like mine, whoo, it's a trick in itself. Y'all have seen, or I will show you, the pigs right here that's been coming to this spot. It's deer season. We got to get these caught. I'm out trying to find me a deer myself, or maybe shoot an old hog in an old ground blind or out of a tree stand. Who knows? But any which way, we got to beat the other corn feeders from this property here and the property that way. Okay? So we got to get these hogs caught. I've set the big pig trap up, the big panel trap. I got to get the doors open, but I forgot a post hole digger. A post hole driver to drive the T-post. But not only did I forget that, I forgot the camera system to look at the hog. So I got to drive all the way back to the house. That's what happens when you go on vacation. You clean out your truck, and then when you try to get back in it and think you got everything, I forgot something. But that being said, we're fixing to raise these gates up and get out of here. And I'll be back. But while I'm doing that, y'all take a look-see at the hogs that we've been having coming here. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, well, talking about all the deer hunting and what's going on, well, in the state of Mississippi, it's deer season. That being said, we're going to put up a few blinds. Before we start, we want to give a special thanks to Tideweed for sponsoring today's video. And today's product is the Viz Master 270-degree hunting blind with no trip door. All right, so this blind is going to go in the backside of this field, and the reason we're going to choose this location is because the wind comes out of the northwest or the northeast a lot of the times. So we're going to hunker it back here in the back, and we'll have that wind in our face. We'll be concealed from everything around us, but we'll also be able to see. One thing I do like about hunting out of a blind is I like to film. I have 2 kids and a wife that I like to hunt with. There's plenty of room. This blind holds 3 to 4 people very comfortably. This hunting blind is a 270-degree see-through fabric for stealthy hunting. Let me show you. The N-shaped door, which allows for hassle-free entry and exit. Also that no trip for when you're toting in stuff, or even wheelchair users. Noise-free entry with G-hooks, magnets, and adjustable windows. Camouflage stealth, reinforced bracket. And the blind really is set up for any type of situation, whether you're using bow or firearms, whether you want to draw back here, or maybe you're sitting in a nice comfortable chair with an armrest. It's plenty of room in here. As you can see, it has a lot of room in here to also stand up if need be, to stretch your old bones after sitting for a while. Protected by 300D abrasion resistant fabric. One of the safety features I really like about this blind is it comes with a detachable blaze orange cap for waterproofing. Top coverage ensures uninterrupted hunting, enhances visibility and safety during firearm seasons. Pop-up design allows for quick and easy setup and takedown. 600D PVC portable storage bag for enhanced protection and effortless portability. Equip yourself with your own VizMaster 270 see-through hunting blind with no trip door. Using our link in the description below, use promo code YACHT18 to save 18% on most products. Get your hunting blind coming so you can see without being seen. I am back, and I got the post hole pounder, T-post pounder that Red made me. Something you can make at, you can probably get at Tractor Supply or your local hardware store. But Red made it because he knows I'd be struggling. Yeah, Nicola. All right, we're going to put this up. All right, well, We got the camera, got the antenna. Let's wait on some hogs. Come on. Well, it seems that it didn't take long for the old hogs to come in. We got a passel of pigs. Let's drop her down and get started. Ooh-wee! Boy, they spread out there wide there for a minute. All right, well, there ain't but one thing to do. Get a good night's rest and get this party started in the morning.
Block track. Block him. Good job. All right, track.
All right, guys, we just got back from Cruz's little flag football. We scored some touchdowns. He's having to do a little reading and homework. A little late because Cruz got to eat them chicken nuggets for bed because he's hungry, right? All right, so we got Harlow over here. He's laid up on the couch. Harlow actually has to do a resume for school, but also he has to do what he told me today. He has to do a 10-page paper on whatever he chooses. And then he has to, we call it a debate. He said today that he's got to argue his point with the class and the teacher. And the teacher said she ain't going to go easy on him. So I looked at him and I told him, let me get out here so I can see my wife's reaction. I told him, son, when it comes to arguing with a woman, it don't take 10 pages. You just look them in the eye and say, calm down, woman.
Do not take notes from him.
We might be in trouble if I had to do the homework with him. When you see the gates, the head knocking awaits. Oh, we gotta get these things loaded up. A lot of times I forget and I get down there and I like to have both my gun barrels loaded down because instead of reloading, I can just switch guns real quick when I'm putting them down, and that way I don't have to wait too long. Or, you know, if one shot and then I run out of bullets and it didn't quite pass away, you know, I just kind of like to have them loaded, locked and loaded and ready to rock, you know. Come on. Let's ease on down here and see what we got. But we're on Big E's place, and y'all seen me trap on Big E's place before. We've caught several, I don't know how many episodes we've done on this piece of property, and this is not a big piece of property, but the land neighbor next to it's got a lot of hogs, and they just keep coming over here. So that's why we keep catching hogs here. That also being said, maybe the landowner will let me catch over there one day, and then I can just have a big surrounding, you know. But pretty good load. I don't know how many we got, but we're gonna talk about it here in a minute. I'm still trying to get my wits about me a little bit, you know. So I'm just tired. That long trip from Florida to Florida, back from Florida. The week before I left, the episode, if y'all saw, where I caught 4 sets before I left, and I just ain't recuperated yet. Food plot. Look right there. It's an where the old train used to come through here. And the reason I know that because I can see its tracks. Let's go up there and see what these boys got to say. I should have brought my dang. bunch of little hogs. Look at that load of them though. Golly. Yeah. Let's look at a little passel of pigs there, and that's not any big hogs in there. So I didn't catch any big hogs. I don't know how many I got. Originally, I had like 28 hogs on camera, and guys, I may have just tripped the trigger too quick. I don't know. Ain't no big hogs in there. Can y'all see how many's in there? Look at that spotted hog right there. Well, guys, I believe I done messed up a little bit. I believe I done dropped the trigger a little bit too early on these hogs is what I believe I done. I believe when I saw them, they were in there, and I know I had like 28 on camera before, and then when from up above, I couldn't tell if there was any big hogs or not any big hogs. So, I don't know how many we got, but we ain't got no big hogs in here, and that aggravates me. But let me get these knocked in the head, control my mental state right now, and we'll talk about it. Well, it's done quiet down a little bit. The hogs is knocked down. Anyway, let's talk about something just real quick while we letting the quivers and everything just kind of be still. Let's talk about something. I don't know how many hogs we got over there. Y'all guess. Y'all's been seeing them. Y'all let me know how many hogs you think you got. All right, I'll tell you this. I'll give you a hint. I had 28 that I know I had on camera. But it included big hogs. There ain't no big hogs in here. That being said, I get questions all the time while people are like, why don't you feed the zoos? Why don't you feed the families? Like, I do all that because the last few episodes when it's been 95 degrees, we've been feeding buzzards, and I fed a few families. Now I got 20-something hogs, but I will say this. I just called a guy. He called me back. He's going to take every one of these hogs because they're that size you can just kind of knock the hide off of. He's got a bunch of people that want some hogs. Hallelujah. We're feeding families, and the people can stop feeding the buzzards. But that being said, a lot of people say, why don't you take them to the zoos? Okay, let's talk about that. Zoos. I live in Matheson, Mississippi. Memphis is 2.5, 3 hours that way. 2.5 hours that way, north. And then Jackson is 2.5 hours south of me. Okay, by the time you get to those towns and another 30 minutes getting into the zoo, just for say, you're at 3 hours. So you're on a 3-hour road trip one way or the other just to get to the zoo. Just say we're going to feed the zoo. You are 3 hours just getting in the zoo. Then you're 3 hours getting home. So I'm on a 6-hour road trip 3 times a week just to go feed the zoo. Okay, it's not feasible for a guy like me, okay? Then even if you say, well, the zoo can come to you, they're not going to pay 6 hours for an employee to come here, load pigs and go, and then by the time they get here, yes, I caught pigs at 8 o'clock last night, 7 o'clock last night. Most of the time I don't catch till maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. You can't call a zoo up and say, hey, send a man. It don't work that way. And then I'm waiting because I'm steadily moving from one job to the next. So those are kind of one of those things. It's a time frame. And then plus during that time frame, you got to be able to skin those hogs, get the hide off of them and all that. It's just not feasible as though if it were 20 minutes up the road, or maybe even an hour, you know, and you knew somebody from the zoo that could handle it. So that's one of those issues, right? And we also have a cat farm. I don't know what you call it, a cat farm, whatever, tiger farm over there. It used to be over there in Columbus, Mississippi. It's some kind of sanctuary farm. And I remember one time a big old giant oak tree or something fell on their deep freeze of all their meat. And I actually called over there and reached out to them because they were asking for donations for meat. They were asking for donations for meat. Nothing. Not a response back, not a call back after a voicemail, nothing. Whether they're too busy or they, you know, they just didn't want to fool with it, because it does take time to do all that, right? So I got 24 hogs. Now they're going to separate. I take that back. I think I got 24 hogs, and so I don't know if I do or not. But I promise I ain't even counted. But in my mind, I'm thinking if I had 28 and I'm missing 4 or 5 big ones. But anyway, they're going to distribute this out between 5 to 6, 7, 8 people on these hogs, right? So the time frame of skinning hogs is not that long. But when you take it, because people ask me all the time, why don't you take it to the processor and give it to the poor? If you can't give it to somebody, okay, let's talk about that. Because I know we're like 3 or 4 minutes in, and I just want to explain all this, why I have you here. Let's just say I take all these pigs to the processor. Now, these are a little bit smaller, but I catch bigger ones. The average processing fee for skinning and just, say, whole hog, you just skin, gut, debone, package it, is $100. Now, if I'm taking 15 to 20 hogs 3 to 4 times a week, just for say, 3 times a week, and then I got to pay for it. I don't know if y'all know the math, because I'm not good at math, but 100 times 20 is like $2,000. Then you got to be able to process, you got to be able to skin all those hogs in a feasible time so they don't spoil. So it sounds good on paper when you say you should take it to the processor and feed people. Sounds good on paper. Yes, I would love to. Financially, I'm not a kabillionaire, and I can't afford to pay a guy $100 a hog, or even knock it in half because we do quantity, $50 a hog. You can't do it. You can't do 50 hogs a week. That's 50 times 50, that's $2,500. Who? Me? So those are just some of the things. I know y'all might have done skip through all this, but those are just some of the things I keep getting questions of why I don't. On paper, it sounds great. Greenback paper financially, it's not feasible. Oh, y'all can't do it. And anyway, just thought I'd let y'all know. If I think of something else, we'll talk about it in a minute. But anyway, I'm 5 minutes in trying to explain why I can't do something. But the Lord has blessed me enough to be able to give what I can away and bless those families, because these hogs have to be skinned, gutted, and cleaned. They don't just show up to the homeless shelter up on their bridge somewhere and say, here's a hog, good luck. It don't work that way. So if I say I'm taking it to the buzzards, they going to the buzzards. Let's get some hogs picked up on the trailer, because somebody wants these hogs and he's waiting on them. Come on. Well, the number was 24. Oh, let me get over here. Whew. 24. I knew I had 4 or 5 big ones. I knew I had 28 total. Golly. Well, there you have it, folks. 24 hogs. Fixing to load out here, go feed the families, give it to the guy that's going to distribute them. And hey, we rolling on. We got places we need to find for deer hunting. This weekend, I got my wife. Since I was gone this past week, we kind of kid free. So after Friday night, and kind of do a day date, night date, or whatever, and just kind of chill. And hey, I got 4 more hogs. They may not come. I probably dropped on them, and they were probably over here standing somewhere. But hey, we'll keep an eye out for them over the weekend and see what happens. You never know. And we got a lot more stuff we got to do. I got to take down 3 traps and move some. So it's always something here on the Yo-Yo Show. Whew. I just want to thank y'all guys again for supporting and following me like I said, I never could do what I do if it wasn't for y'all. And I just really appreciate it for every single one of you. Thank you. Oh yeah, guys, I come out here to look around for a little deer spot, and I was kind of getting ready to clear me out a little place, and well, look what I run up on. That thing will hurt you right there, son. Yeah. Got hot, looking for a place to put a camera, and then also a place to put that blind on another spot, just in case I do get some pictures of some deer coming through. As you can see, sometimes you can find these old places like this. This place probably been logged like 20 years ago, maybe. You know, it's just got old, I don't know, what I call trash trees kind of growing up, and you got a few oaks and good pines in there. But you can see kind of this old road bed kind of coming through here, and I'd love to be able to set just a blind off to the side and back, maybe 20-25 yards off this kind of right here, and then maybe, just maybe, we can sling an arrow, whether it be on a hog or a deer. I'm looking for muy grande on the buck, but hey, ready to test out that old blind. It's gonna feel eerie where you can see all around you, and then they be looking at you like, is there anything in there? Or they might just roll on through. You never know. Look like something's been scratching right there. Could be the wannabe start of a low buck scrape or something. We'll keep looking. Well, I got a nosebleed going on, cuz. Anyway, wasn't much of the highlights tonight. We didn't quite pull it out nowhere near close, but hey, kids is healthy and we move on to the next game. And y'all know me, I'll move on to the next trapping job. Anyway, got about a 45-minute ride home and see what the rest of the weekend holds. Come on. Fella, there's no water bowl. Fed the dogs today. I brought in here to do the water. Give them some fresh water, and it's been running for 5 hours. About 5 minutes out from the house, I thought about it. And what I got lucky with is the fact that that didn't seal. It's had that sealed and stopped the sink up, all this would have been flooded in here. It's about 10 o'clock at night from the football game. I'm tired, but I'm thankful, because that could have been a lot worse. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Let's get these dogs some water. Let's go to bed. Good night. Well, I see a little green growth, and where are we at right here? But none other than back to the spot where we caught pigs not too long ago, in one of the most stressful weeks I ever had in making sure that jobs got done. What we're gonna do is, my camera actually went dead, but I had put another 50 pounds of corn in there before I went on vacation on that gator hunt. I hope y'all watched that. But that being said, the corn is gone. I'm sure it's probably raccoons and probably a few deer, but hey, the landowner that owns this piece of property, he said about 400 or 500 yards away, he saw like 8 hogs. So I'm hoping to do is draw them on back in, and hopefully they'll go in here and maybe we can catch them. If not, hey, we got so many other properties that we can go to, but it's deer season, and this makes it hard to catch them. Any which way, we're gonna get this filled back up, get the battery, get it charged, take it to the house, get it charged back up, and just do our thing. And you know me, we be doing some things. I was laid up editing videos, and this old dude showed up in the trap. Nice boy. Might as well catch him. Listen here, son. You've been caught by the yacht. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. We're about a week out from the last time we caught pigs, and we just caught a big old boar. Landowner, my buddy Big E, texted me. I was kind of editing some videos, and he texted me, he's like, check the camera. We had a hog, and it didn't even have corn in there. I actually was going to pull that trap yesterday. I've been pulling those traps all week, and the first part of this week, just kind of getting out of people's way with deer season and everything. And hey, we got one more hog in there, but I got the flu or something. I don't know. Coughing everything up. My body's skin's just crawling. Feel like I got worms on me or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to keep rolling and do my best I can. Once we get all this gas in this thing right there. Come on. Good little boy, ho. Ain't bad. He don't want nothing to do with me. Oh, man. Yeah. He don't want nothing to do with me. He's a good little boy, ho, though. Just another little old boy, huh? That's pretty good. Oh. Alright. Pretty good sized boar hog there. It's probably 165, 185. That's about how many of the sows that I was trying to catch, that size of the sows that I didn't catch. So I guess I kind of messed up on that. But deer season's here, guys. And I'm going to leave this trap right now just because I don't feel good. Like I said, got them flu-like symptoms. So what I'm going to do is get this thing strapped to the back of the truck, and we're gonna drag him up out of here. I'm just tired, guys. I don't feel like talking or filming, but hey, you gotta get it done. Gotta get it done for you guys. Well, that's it, guys. I'm trying to get my voice back a little bit. My stomach hurts, my skin's crawling. Oh, man. If y'all women only knew what it was like to have a man coat. It's probably almost like having a baby. That's the way I feel. What y'all think? Well, we're going to lock up the gates on this episode. I'd like to thank Tideweed for sponsoring today's video. Y'all don't forget to hit the link in the description. And check it out, my friends. Any which way, until the next gate. Y'all have a good one. God bless. And as always, Jesus loves you. Make my skin crawl.